Alex, I spent most of the holiday weekend trying to reorganize my rafters, and I've come to the conclusion that gravity is a personal enemy of mine. I tried to hoist a bundle of white oak up there, and for a second I thought the roof was coming down to meet me instead of the wood going up.
Tiger, I told you to buy a pulley system 3 birthdays ago. But no, you'd rather wrestle a tree trunk like you're in a lumberjack competition that nobody asked for. How are the ribs today?
Mostly intact, though I'm moving like a rusty hinge. But look, it's Monday, July 6th, and if I can survive the rafters, we can survive the work week. We've got a lot of momentum in the shop world right now. The latest numbers from the FMA are out, and almost half of the metal shops out there are seeing orders flying like mosquitoes at a porch light.
43%, to be exact. That's a massive jump. It feels like everyone decided to build something at the exact same time. But that kind of volume usually means the shop starts looking like a disaster zone by Tuesday afternoon, right?
Precisely. When the floor gets crowded, you start tripping over cords and breathing in things that definitely aren't mountain air. I've been looking at this Netterman Gomax extractor that just hit the market. It's mobile, which is great because my floor plan changes more often than my mind, but the kicker is the dual workstation setup. Two people can huff the fumes out through one box.
Dual workstations? So you're saying I could finally help you weld without you complaining that I'm taking up all the breathable atmosphere in the corner?
Exactly, it's like a split-screen video game, but with molten steel. It's a clever bit of engineering for those of us working in spaces that were originally intended for a lawnmower and a bucket of old paint.
Speaking of professionalizing the chaos, you mentioned some software earlier, and I'm skeptical. Usually when a woodworker hears software, they think of something that's going to make them spend 4 hours behind a screen instead of at the bench.
I'm with you. I usually treat new software like a strange dog, slow movements, no eye contact. But this dynamic job shop thing from Sweet Dynamics is actually built for the make-to-order crowd. Most of those big corporate programs expect you to be turning out 10,000 identical widgets. This one understands that today I might be making a custom spiral staircase, and tomorrow I might just be fixing a neighbor's broken gate for a case of beer. It doesn't try to force your creativity into a spreadsheet shaped like a coffin.
I love that. And honestly, it fits the vibe of what's happening with Gen Z right now. There's this huge shift. What is it? 60% of them are ditching the office life dreams for the trades.
It's a renaissance, Alex. Truly. For 20 years, we told every kid that if they didn't get a degree in something ending in logie, they'd be a failure. Now they're realizing that being the person who knows how to keep the lights on or the water running is a straight shot to a very comfortable life. But, and this is a big but, we can't just throw them in the deep end.
Right, you can't just hand a 19-year-old a pipe wrench and say, "Good luck, kid, don't flood the basement."
Well, I mean, that was my apprenticeship and I'm only slightly traumatized. But these days, the smart shops are looking at recruitment differently. I saw a group hiring former first responders, medics, firefighters, and teaching them plumbing. Think about it. If you can handle a 6-car pileup at 3 a.m., a leaking water heater isn't going to make you blink. That's the roadmap we need. Finding people who have the grit and just teaching them the craft.
It's about communication. Speaking of which, let's talk shop, literally, the maker mogul side of things. We're seeing a lot of people moving away from just being that person on Etsy.
Etsy is a great front porch, but you don't want to live on the porch forever. Eventually, you want to own the house. I tell people all the time, 2026 is the year you take your data back. Shopify is the gold standard, but even if you just move to something like Big Cartel, you're starting to build a brand that doesn't disappear if a platform changes its algorithm.
And the product mix is changing too. It's not just, here is a cutting board.
No, you've got to be a bit more nimble. Subscription boxes are having a second wind, and strangely enough, enamel pins are huge again. But my favorite, digital products. If you spend 3 weeks designing a birdhouse that looks like a Victorian mansion, don't just sell the house. Sell the CNC files. Sell the plans. You do the work once, and it keeps bread on the table while you're off snoozing in the hammock.
Knowing you, you'd fall out of the hammock and end up back in the rafters.
You're not wrong. But listen, if you're going to go the CNC route, I saw something in a workshop tour video this week that reminded me of a hard lesson. Everybody worries about the spindle speed or the bit type. Hardly anyone talks about stock preparation.
You mean making sure the wood isn't shaped like a potato chip before you start?
Exactly. If your material isn't dead flat before that bit touches it, your tolerances go right out the window. You'll have one side of a joint that fits like a glove and another that looks like it was chewed by a disgruntled beaver. It's that workflow triangle stuff, stock to machine to assembly. If your stock is a mess, the rest of the triangle collapses into a pile of expensive firewood.
It sounds like the theme for this week is really foundation, whether it's your shop air, your business platform, or the flatboard you're putting on the CNC.
It really is. You build a shaky foundation, you spend your whole life chasing repairs. You build it solid, and you actually get to enjoy the craft. That's what I'm aiming for this summer. Well, that and not falling off any more ladders.
We'll see how long that lasts. But for now, if you're listening out there, we want to know, what's the one tool you're adding to your arsenal this summer? Is it a fume extractor, a new CNC, or maybe just a really sturdy ladder that Tiger can borrow?
Leave the ladder comments out of it, please. My pride is already bruised enough. But seriously, go build something worth talking about. We'll see you in the shop.